What's up, guys? It's up, Yamaha here, back at it again with another video. I'm coming for you. Ooh. Alright, so yo, what's up? I got my friend here, Cameron, back from home, aka Rad Rides. If you are super OG to this channel, like I'm talking like 4 or 5 years ago, like birth, like still in the womb. But he just got that Z as well, and he wanted to come out and practice wheelies because, I mean, he's just starting to get the hang of the back brake now. So I figured I would take this time to make a how-to video on how to wheelie. I've never made a how to wheelie video on this channel, so here we go, I guess. So I'll come to him whenever we get to his part of learning the back brake. Yeah, he's working on back brake and getting his wrists under control and being a lot smoother. But I'll start you guys from the beginning. So we're on a 125, a Z125. It's like a Grom basically, and these don't have a whole lot of power, but they're good to learn wheelies on. I know a lot of you are probably on bigger bikes. I could make a how to wheelie video on my YZ, but I mean, it's the same thing, same mechanics, different style, I guess. You just have to be a little more careful on the bigger bikes. Something like this might be a little more forgiving. However, it's gonna be harder to get it up at first. So I can't even get a second gear wheelie, so don't feel bad if you can get a second gear wheelie on a stock Grom or a stock Z at least. Well, yeah, let's start out in first gear, and assuming you know how to ride and everything, you know, you got your clutch over here, back brake, your throttle. That's basically the 3 components that we're gonna use here, 3 basic controls. He's starting to get there. Basically, you're gonna want to sit pretty much, you want to sit farther back on the bike a little bit. You know, don't stress yourself out and be like hanging off the bars, but just put your weight a little bit more on the back tire. It's gonna sit a little better on the ground. You might want to lower your tire pressure, possibly a little bit. You know, don't flatten your tire, but these are just some tips to help you, I guess, for starting out at least, how to do some wheelies. So basically, you're gonna want to learn how to pop it up. First gear, you're gonna grab and pull in the clutch, your left hand, and you're gonna want to keep some speed at least. Sorry, I'm slowing down. I'd probably start around like 10 miles an hour, 9 or 10 miles an hour on at least a Z125 here. Bigger bike, you might want to start out in second gear for sure, second or third, depending on what you have. Anyway, first gear, pull in the clutch, and you're gonna rev it up to about, you know, 8 or 9 on the Grom, 8 or 9,000 RPM, and you're gonna dump it. So here we are, 9 miles an hour, about 8 or 9,000 RPM, and that basically pops it up. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to do that at first, so let me do something a little more realistic, how it'll probably look for you. You'll probably go to under, and you'll be scared, and you'll do this, probably even worse. You'll probably be really scared and be like this. You know, this is good though. This is a good beginning though. That is, you know, just starting to get the feel for the initial jump of dropping the clutch, because I know that can be scary for some people, I guess. But basically, you just have to not be a pussy. It is kind of something to get used to at first, your bike jumping from underneath you. So hold on to those bars. Don't death grip them though. You still want to be light on the bike, but you don't want to slide off either. So just get used to popping it and give it more and more throttle every time. The slower you go from a bike, like if I'm going like freaking 4 miles an hour and I drop it to that, it's gonna come up really quick like that. So start out faster. If you're not able to get it up, start slowing down your initial dropping the clutch speed. So maybe like, you know, 6 or 7. That's a good speed to go. You don't want to go too slow though, because then you're gonna start wobbling all over the place. Don't do this stuff in the street either. Don't learn how to wheelie in the street. If you're learning how to wheelie in the street, stop it. That's bad.
I think it's piss.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's really dark. They need some water, dude. They're dehydrated. But yeah, you're gonna get good at just popping it up. But once you start getting into that point where you're getting, you know, higher off the ground like this and getting a lot more consistent with it, you're gonna want to start really keeping in mind that you have your rear brake, and that's what's gonna control your wheelie, keep you from going backward. That's probably one of the most important. I mean, they're all important aspects, but this is definitely one of the most important and hardest things to learn for most people. This is usually where a lot of people sit when they learn how to wheelie, is they never learn the rear brake. I'm gonna teach you how to learn the rear brake now. A lot of people, you know, they start to carry it out just like this, just chasing it out. I don't recommend it, even just chasing it out. I think you should just learn how to do the rear brake early on. Get rid of bad habits before they even happen, because yeah, riding around doing wheelies without using the rear brake is stupid. Don't do it. So you are going to think about the rear brake really hard. This is how I learned. I don't know, it really was a click thing for me, but I really had to just purely, once this was muscle memory popping it up, I just always thought about the rear brake and how to use the rear brake. So basically I would force myself to loop. Not actually though, I would put myself in a position where I'm going to loop and then hit the rear brake. So once you start popping it up, I would throw myself back and hit the rear brake. That's it. Just think about the rear brake. I would just be like, okay, just on the throttle until I'm gonna loop and then hit the rear brake. Just think about your foot. All you have to do is push down. It's such a simple maneuver, but for some reason your brain probably doesn't want to do it. So just put yourself in that situation where you're gonna have to. So go out and just back and hit that rear brake. I know I'm trying to make it look amateur. I'm trying to slam on it, but don't try your best not to slam on it. Try to be smooth with it. Obviously, the farther back you go, the harder you're going to want to push on your rear brake, because you're going to need more pressure to bring your front wheel back over. So now we'll go watch my friend here, because that's pretty much where he's at. He's holding it up at balance point, and he's starting to learn how to use the rear brake, but he needs to learn how to dip back now. Yeah, but pretty much you pop it up and just start gently on the brake, laying down, and you'll start slowing down. Obviously this is a very fast-paced tutorial. You're not going to be able to do this within one lot session. It's definitely going to take, like, you know, weeks or months, even years for people. It just depends how much dedication you put in and how much seat time. Yeah, bro, you're doing good though.
Thank you.
You're getting the brake for sure.
I've improved a little bit today. I'm like, I like this second lot going that way. There's a slight incline up.
Oh, really? Yeah. Slows you down a little bit. Yeah. That is another thing that helps, is if you find an incline. It's a lot easier to wheelie uphill, just because balance point will be a lot lower. So yeah, so far we have your clutch pop and going up, and then just getting on that brake and just bring it down, catch it with the throttle a little bit, you know, just start getting used to that. And then you can, you know, smooth it out, just find that perfect RPM that it just wants to sit like this, and you're just barely doing any work, little micro movements pretty much, and you'll get smooth wheelies all day long. Just keep practicing. Seat time. Get back out on your bike. Keep trying. It does get tiring. Definitely work on your core and your arms. But do try to get loose with your bike, because you will get arm pump and stuff. Like, I mean, I'm hanging a leg and an arm off, and I'm going this slow. I mean, I gotta use the clutch here, but yeah, no, you wanna lose that tenseness. A lot of people, when they first start trying to learn, they tend to, he was doing it yesterday, is you pop it up and you're hunched over, like you're crunched up, your arms are bent, and you're like hunched over, like into the wheelie. That's really hard to control, and that's a pretty common bad habit to have whenever you're wheeling. You just want to pretty much be straight up and down, like stay pretty vertical to the back. You don't need to lean back. I mean, you can if you want, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's really easier just to sit straight up and down, just, you know, as if, you know, I'm standing, I guess. But yeah, no, just chill with it, and then eventually, whew, there we go. Come on. So he pops it up, and you can see his little foot going back and forth as he dips back. He's hitting that little back brake. But yeah, that's pretty much my wheelie tutorial, I think. I mean, woo! What's up? Oh no! Come back! Come back! I'm slowing down. Woo! Change my gear. I'm gonna see if I can get all the way to 4th. Fourth, there we go. My videos have been really short lately. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a new microphone. I know my audio is trash. Like, it's probably windy right now. I wear a dirt bike helmet, and I'm not gonna wear a street helmet, so I gotta figure out something. I might get a new GoPro. I don't know. I'm pretty poor. Gosh, it's such a dirty shift, bro, and it doesn't have enough power to stay off very well. Fourth, yeah, baby. No, dang it.